Hey everyone. Today, we have a fun and productive day planned. We're going to go through some exciting project updates, repot some plants, and then finish things off with a delicious homemade potato, onion, and Gruyère Galette. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's get started. First up, let's talk about project updates. Over the past few weeks, I've been working on several things, and I want to share my progress. One of the main projects I've been focusing on is setting up a dedicated gardening space. I've always wanted an area that's both functional and aesthetically pleasing, and I've been experimenting with different layouts, container options, and soil mixes to make sure everything thrives. Right now, I'm in the process of building raised garden beds with a combination of reclaimed wood and some new materials to ensure longevity. It's coming together beautifully, and I can't wait to see it flourish once all the plants are in place. Another exciting update is that I've been working on a small outdoor sitting area, where I can enjoy my morning coffee while surrounded by greenery. This space will include a pergola with some climbing plants to provide shade and ambience. I've been looking into different vine options, and I'm leaning towards jasmine for its fragrant blooms or passionflower for its striking appearance. If you have any recommendations, let me know in the comments. Now, let's move on to repotting some plants. I have a few that have outgrown their current containers, and it's time to give them a bit more space to stretch their roots. First up is my snake plant. It's a resilient plant that doesn't require much care, but when it starts to look crowded, that's a sure sign it needs a bigger pot. I'm using a well-draining potting mix with some added perlite to keep things airy. Gently loosening the roots before placing it into the new pot ensures it adapts well to its new home. Next, my pothos has been growing like crazy. It has long vines trailing everywhere, and I want to encourage even more growth. I'll be propagating some cuttings while repotting the main plant. All you need to do is snip off a healthy stem with a few leaves, place it in water, and wait for the roots to develop. Once the roots are established, I'll plant them in soil, and just like that, we'll have even more pothos to brighten up the space. Finally, I have a monstera that's been in the same pot for a while now. It's one of my favorite plants because of its large, dramatic leaves. I'm moving it to a bigger container with a mix of potting soil, orchid bark, and perlite to mimic its natural tropical environment. While I'm at it, I'll wipe down the leaves with a damp cloth to remove any dust and keep it looking vibrant. With our plants taken care of, it's time to head into the kitchen and make something absolutely delicious, a potato, onion, and Gruyère Galette. This rustic dish is packed with flavor and perfect for any meal. First, let's go over what we need. Thinly sliced potatoes, caramelized onions, grated Gruyère cheese, fresh thyme, a buttery pastry crust, salt, pepper, and a touch of olive oil. If you want to make your own crust from scratch, I highly recommend it. A simple mix of flour, butter, a pinch of salt, and ice water creates a flaky, delicious base. To start, preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 190 degrees Celsius. While that's warming up, let's caramelize the onions. In a skillet over medium-low heat, add a bit of butter and olive oil, then toss in the sliced onions. Stir occasionally and let them cook down until they turn golden brown. This takes about 25-30 minutes, but trust me, it's worth the wait. While the onions are cooking, let's prepare the potatoes. Slice them thinly using a sharp knife or a mandolin slicer. Toss them in a bowl with olive oil, salt, pepper, and fresh thyme to enhance their natural flavor. Next, roll out the pastry dough into a rough circle on a lightly floured surface. Transfer it to a parchment-lined baking sheet. Start layering the caramelized onions onto the dough, leaving a border around the edges. Follow with a layer of grated Gruyère cheese, then arrange the seasoned potato slices in an overlapping pattern. Once everything is layered, fold the edges of the dough over the filling to create a rustic look. Brush the crust with an egg wash to give it a beautiful golden finish when baked. Bake for about 40-45 minutes or until the potatoes are tender and the crust is golden brown. Let it cool for a few minutes before slicing into it. This galette is a perfect balance of crispy, buttery crust, creamy cheese, and the deep, rich flavor of caramelized onions. Serve it as a main dish with a fresh salad or as a side for a cozy meal. Either way, it's a guaranteed hit. But wait, before we wrap up, I want to give you a sneak peek into some future projects. I'm planning a vertical garden setup, perfect for small spaces, and a DIY herb drying station for all my culinary herbs. I'm also working on expanding my composting system to make it more efficient. If you're interested in any of these topics, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. That's it for today's update. We covered some exciting projects, took care of some plant babies, and made a delicious galette. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. See you next time.